Hello everybody, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. We are live in Manhattan and we just thought we would react to the Rafa Benitez press conference, which we'll put on screen for you. At the moment over here it's just quarter past 1. I know you guys are obviously way ahead of us in the evening now. Just after quarter past 6 over in the UK. And yeah, we've got Rob with us as well. We're just going to quick do a live video, then head out on our day as well. But yeah, there was talks last night, rumours, reports, whatever you want to call it, that Rafa Benitez was going to put out a statement today, and he has done that. Let's put it on screen for you and I'll read it out to you and we'll get a bit of reaction of everyone as well. So this is Rafa's statement. He turned around and said, "Dear NUFC fans, thank you for the 3 fantastic, exciting and at times challenging years. What we have had here, your support, your affection and your passion has been unbelievable for me. St James's Park has always been special. The 5-1 win against Spurs on the 15th of May 2016 was so emotional that since that day I have always felt though as I belonged at Newcastle, and I thank you for making me feel so welcome and at home. Thank you to everyone at the club who has helped the team, and of course the fine players who grew and fought with us, and to the staff, one of the best I've ever shared time with. From winning the championship to our 2 seasons in the Premier League, fans, staff and the players have all been united. I wanted to stay, but I didn't just want to sign an extended contract. I wanted to be part of a project. Unfortunately, it became increasingly clear to me that those at the top of the club did not share the same vision. I'm very sad about that, but I do not regret for one moment my decision to come to Tyneside, and I'm very proud about what we've achieved together. I will always have you in my heart. Best of luck for the future. Come on, Tunes. Signed, signature, Rafa Benitez." Rob, that's the first time that you've seen that. What's your thoughts?
It's really sad, isn't it? He loves us. He really wanted to stay. Champions League winning manager, a manager who's achieved so much in the game, and he's been let go just because he wanted to make the club a bit better.
Yeah, it clearly states in his statement there that he said that he wanted to stay. That was clear, but he wanted to go to the next level, and because of the board, he wasn't be able to do that.
Yeah, well, it's for those who sympathise with Ashley, like nowadays. Here's your proof as to why this epitomises how much we really dislike the man. There's just so many people out there that just don't get it for me, and it's baffling to see how many people sympathise with Ashley. It's very confusing.
They're just doing that to wind us up, though. A lot of people.
Sometimes they do. You look at Richard Keys and Andy Gray, but there's some people who sort of look at the business aspect of Mike Ashley and not keeping Rafa Benitez. It's just the last straw for so many fans, and understandably so.
I'll obviously come on to you and ask you what next and so on, but just going back to that statement as well, for put it back on screen, he's not slating anybody. Yes, he mentions that he wanted to take the club to the next level, but there's a few things in there that noticed for me that you felt welcomed by the Toon fans in particular.
Yeah, I mean, you look back to that Tottenham game, 5-1, and we want you to stay, Rafa Benitez, we want you to stay, and that will always resonate with him. He hasn't hit the nail on the head in the sense that he has always belonged at Newcastle. No doubt about that. Such an affinity with us. We haven't had that since Kevin Keegan, Sir Bobby Robson. Much loved. So, and a manager like that doesn't come around that often.
I think it's quite a classy statement as well. If you look at that as well, he said, look, the fans. He's mentioned. He didn't mention really any personal individuals, but he mentioned people at the club.
Yeah.
His coaching staff, the fine players as well. And what he also touched upon there in that statement is in the first line of the sentence was the challenging times, and we all know he's had plenty, hasn't he?
He's sort of beaten about the bush, and understandably so, because unfortunately when it comes to defamation law, even though Rafa is no longer employed by the club, that does not necessarily give him license to say what his opinion really is. So we're going to have to wait a long time before Rafa can actually have license to say what he wants. It's a pain, his defamation law. So yeah, it's.
So what do you mean?
No, we will. Well, Rafa will probably never get his fair say.
Yeah. So what you was mean there, Rob, is that Rafa Benitez, no matter where he goes next, which we'll talk in just a moment, he's not going to come out and then criticise certain things because you'll not be allowed to because of his contract as well. Let's see what he's saying in the live chat. So Rob says Mike Ashton late Charlie got no shame. Johnny says he's already signed with a China team, which we're going to come on to in a moment. Neil Hunter says who in their right mind will want this job now? It's going to be a gauntlet of hate. That's true. Julia says, who's a regular commenter, I couldn't even cry. I was so utterly shocked at Rafa's departure. He'll be missed. Pooh the Who, where's he gone? If Ashley goes, I hope he comes. If Ashley goes, I hope he comes back. Oh, you mean Benitez? Right, yeah, I was going to say. I was going to say. Johnny, let me link the Times article, dropbacks. Chris says Mike Ashton needs to get the hit and go. If Gary Monk comes in, we'll get relegated, says Jeffrey. A lot of people are saying Ashton needs to go, which we all know as well. And Vieira, Tony says Vieira has ruled himself out. Now, just coming off that statement as well, is that, funny enough, today, Dalian Yafang now have a vacancy open after their South Korean coach has departed the club. That's funny timing, isn't it, Rob?
I'm not a believer in coincidences. There we go. That's all I'm going to say.
It's writing on the wall. Sky are reporting today as well that he's heading that way.
Yeah, like I say, it's convenient timing. I'm not a believer in coincidences like this. I think a move to China will have definitely crossed Rafa's mind, for when this time comes, because I think he was always going to see out his contract at the very least, and I think over this past year especially, he will have probably come to some sort of thought process where he must be thinking what's next after the 3 years are up. So yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily judge anybody for tripling their wage. God, if another media company tripled my wage, I would seriously be on moving ship. So it's not because of that. He wanted to stay, and I think he would have accepted the lower wage regardless of this China offer from Dalian Yafang. So good luck to him. It's a bit of a strange league. I don't think personally he'll be there long because he's very much of a family man. I think I'll give him a year, and then he'll probably be fishing back towards the Western Europe, like La Liga, Premier League, Serie A and Bundesliga. Maybe the Paris job in the future, who knows as well. But I can't see him being in China long, can you? I know it's no relevance to us.
Yeah, I've not put any thought into it, to be honest. I just want him back really as soon as Ashley has left the door, even if that is not in the near future. It's just something I've not thought of.
Let's ask you a question about this, Rob.
Yeah.
Did the Binzayi group really want Rafa Benitez in charge? Because if the takeover is real, they would have surely wanted Rafa Benitez in charge.
The more this talk goes on, this so-called takeover, the longer it goes on, the more I just think it's a smokescreen. It's it's another conveniently timed excuse for Ashley to not spend in the summer. It's and to sort of the whole thing with Rafa's contract. It's all been one confusing mess this summer, and there's more summer to come, which is more time for more confusion, more time for not getting any transfers in. It's the Bin Zayed group. Yeah,
let's go.
Can't see it.
Let's just say it is real, right? Okay. Let's just say it is real. Why would they not want Rafa Benitez? If let's just say it's real, let's put that on one side. There's a world-class manager on your doorstep.
World-class manager, yeah. My guess is that perhaps they don't have much power in the negotiations, if that is true. That they are genuinely interested.
Surely Rafa Benitez would know right now whether he's the man that they select, because I've said this and I got criticised. I said this a couple of weeks ago on the radio shows that the Binzayi group might not even want Rafa Benitez in charge. I know that's mad to think like that, but it's their choice.
Perhaps they think that they can bring in someone like Allegri, someone like the next Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't know what their ambition level is, but it's this again is just more reason for me to believe that this
smokescreen.
It's a smokescreen. It's just not real.
Yeah, because history tells us that something always creeps up. We've had the Chinese the last 2 years. We've had Amanda Staveley. We've had Peter Kenyon, and now this. Is this another smokescreen as well? Let's jump back to the live chat. Richie says the takeover has a massive smokescreen. Tony says I can say Ashley selling Longstaff for 20 million plus. Again, that wouldn't surprise me. I think Longstaff wants to stay in mind. Longstaff is the new Michael Carrick, says Tony as well. The club have lost a lot of value since Rafa has left us. That's a good point. Is it that bad? Is it bad that I renewed my season ticket? I love the club, but people keep giving me hate. Right, and that's the thing, right? No, after Rafa Benitez, there'll still be Newcastle United.
Yeah.
And it's your choice if you want to go and renew your season ticket or you don't. What me and Rob have picked up since we've been out here is that there's a lot of fans, in particular fans who don't go to many games, are picking on other fans who regularly go to games. The fans aren't the problem.
Doesn't make you any less of a fan if you do go to games. If you're putting money in Ashley's pocket, turning up to games, it doesn't make you any less of a fan compared to someone who wants to boycott and doesn't want to put money in Ashley's pocket.
I think that's the thing. Since bad news, certain fans are having to go to other fans, and that's not the way we should be united.
It's exactly what Mike Ashley wants, dividing the fans up. You know, it does more harm than good.
You're the problem. The fans aren't the problem. And I'm sick of seeing people commenting, and I haven't commented back because people are saying is that you're the fault, or you're the fault for not going, you're the fault for going, you cannot win. Stop having to go at each other. The fans should be together, uniting against the enemy instead of having it's your fault, it's your fault. That's all you get. Yeah. That's all you get in the last week. I know it's frustrating. And it's pretty shitty in the moment with everything with Newcastle, regarding Ashley, regarding Rafa Benitez, regarding the takeover, if there is a takeover, regarding money, how much to spend. Stop having to go at the fans. Some fans have been going 30, 40, 50 years, and they've gone through a lot worse than this. A lot worse than this. I know it's difficult for us at the moment, because we haven't really experienced nothing in the last 20 years. I've been a Newcastle fan since 1995, and this is the worst, but there's people going back all the way back in the 60s, 70s and 80s have experienced a lot worse than this. We'll get through this eventually, and Mike Ashley will be gone one day, won't he?
Yeah, even if it means that he dies at the age of 87.
Okay, right, let's see what he's saying in the live chat. Hiya from Scotland, says Mike. You alright, Mike? How you doing? We have to stay united through. Mike, there you go. Callum just echoed what we said. Mike is the villain. We need to stay together is another one. I'm thinking this is it yet again, another smoke screen, says Kevin. I renewed £600 driving up from Peterborough every home game. Do it for the love of the club. It's a smoke screen, says Rory. True, but how else we're going to get them out, says Toon fans. Graham, hiya, my name is Graham. That's just a thing from work. Old Sky. He's an old ex-colleague. Richard Keys has been a wanker on Twitter again. Shock says, that's no shock, Jackie. I will never blame the fans. They're the lifeblood of any club. However, Ashley needs sent a message to all. He understands the money. Opinions on Sir John Hall. Well, I grew up with Sir John Hall. So Sir John Hall put a lot of money into the club, a lot of debt as well, but Newcastle were competing. If you ask the same question, I know financial fair play doesn't allow that anymore, but if you ask me that question again, would you accept debt for challenging? Yeah, I would. I really would. This one, Rob, who is actually picking the next manager? Is it Mike Ashley? Or, again, if it's real, is it the Binzai group?
I can see it being Mike Ashley.
You think Mike Ashley's picking the next manager?
It's going to take time, it's going to take a while, even though pre-season training's already started. Players don't have a clue what they're going to be walking into once the season starts in a month's time. I'm sorry, but that's just the Mike Ashley way.
So if the Binzai group, let's just go that it's real, that it's not a smoke screen, surely they would pick the next manager.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
But they're the new company coming in. Why would Ashley appoint...
Coming in inverted commas.
Why would Ashley appoint a manager without the backing of the Binzai group? Because the Binzai group then come in a month later and say, I don't want him. Who's picking the manager? You think it's Ashley?
Yeah, it's Ashley. Because I really can't see the Binzai group actually... It's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen. They're not... It's fictional, I think.
Do you think
I think. I might be wrong. I hope that I'm wrong.
Do you think they're getting paid by Ashley's camp just to go along with a few things? Play along?
Could be. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Ashley.
So there's a lot of things that are happening. I mean, it's all happening whilst we're out in New York as well. We're still here for a few more days, and we'll get the rest of the gang's opinions as well. The live show did happen last night. We didn't stream it because obviously I'm out here in Manhattan, but it is streamed on Nova's Facebook. I think it's about an hour's worth on Nova Northeast on Facebook, so head over there as well. Last question, Rob. I know it's difficult. Do you want anyone else? Who would you? Let me rephrase that. Who would you accept
Well, of course, the one I want is Rafa, but he's gone now. We must look forward. It is with a heavy heart to say Rafa is not coming back. Who would I accept? We're going to have to be realistic and say it's not going to be anyone anywhere near as proven. Yeah, nowhere near the calibre. So we're talking someone who thinks they can cut it in the Premier League, probably can't. Mark Hughes seems to fit that bill, but I really don't want him. Yeah, I'm still on the page of anyone but Mark Hughes I will accept.
I'd love to get Eddie Howe. I think he'll soften the blow a little bit.
I'd love that, but it's not going to happen. Because Bournemouth to Newcastle is a step down. He's got a really good project going at Bournemouth, and like you say, project. He's got some.
Playing devil's advocate, might actually persuaded Rafa Benitez to come on board.
Yeah, Rafa loves football. Rafa spent his honeymoon in Madrid, and he went to watch Atletico Madrid train on his honeymoon. Rafa loves football so much that he was desperate for a job after getting sacked by Real Madrid. So we were a team in trouble. He fancied a challenge.
Let's read out some of what you're saying. Daryl says, I've missed that. Kevin says, according to Serge on holiday, he reckons the Binzai group don't have the money to buy us. Thanks for the video, says Mike. Thank you. Tony, regardless of what manager is, the owners won't back the manager, so why bother? Get Big Al back. I don't think Shearer would work under Ashley. John says the sale isn't official, so securing Rafa was vital. I would agree. That was the main thing for me. I kept saying it. Jose, if the takeover happens, no decent manager to work under Ashley. Mourinho, Ashley just likes money. A bit on Talk Sports said Phil Neville. No, not from me.
Can't say that. I mean, he's got something good going with the women's England team. Yeah,
play tomorrow. That'll be interesting.
We'll be watching that, I think.
Yeah, USA versus England as well. We'll be the only two English people in the bar. He's a complete arsehole.
Yeah, I think there was a comment. It's off screen now, but certainly hit the nail on the head that no one in the right mind would want to work with Ashley. We're putting up with all the lies. We're talking someone who could be desperate for a Premier League job.
Would you take Gerrard? Someone asks.
Nah. I know Rafa was like ultra Liverpool, like Gerrard is, but Gerrard, I just don't like him.
Coming up on the channel, we have the New York City match vlog as well. We have a fan experience, obviously, with St James's Park doesn't have any as well. We'll also have a couple of other videos out whilst we're out here as well. Thank you very much for this. We just thought we'll put this together on this live stream. Thank you everyone who's watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope as well. And remember, jump on the Nova Radio's Facebook page where the lads Ramsey, HITC Sport, Kyle, Will and Johnny talk all things Newcastle. That's on the Facebook page, Nova Radio Northeast. Thanks everyone from Manhattan. We'll see you later. Ta-da.
See you guys.